Hey yo interneters, welcome back to another pin spinning video. And so for today we'll be learning how to do the ring around. I want to take a quick moment to say thanks to Joy for suggesting this pin trick. So for the ring around, it's kind of self-explanatory in that you take the pin and you hold it between slot 3 and 4, which is between your middle and your pinky finger. From there you just want to push the pin up with your pinky, and then from there the pin should spin around your ring finger and come back to its starting point. And so that's all there is to doing the ring around, and like all around pin tricks is easy and fast to learn. And so I began learning the ring around, or at least I began practicing the ring around, and when I was doing this I was like, oh no, like I figured that this was gonna be a pretty hard trick, even though it's like a basic trick because it's a round trick. But the main reason, or the main obstacle that I found into, was I had like a little bit of a struggle with utilizing my ring and pinky finger. And so the problem that I was facing was basically myself, and what I mean myself is basically these two fingers. Because these two fingers lack a lot of mobility, strength, and flexibility. And by these two fingers I mean my ring and pinky finger. And so like, I'll just show you right quick. So this is me leaving my hand flat, when you can take a look at this nice keyboard too. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, you can take a look at my fingers right here, and like when I'm trying to lift up my ring finger alone, I can't do it, right? I like if I do it with my middle finger, I could lift it up sort of, and then with my index, but with my ring finger, pinky, I could do it, ring, nothing. And then like when I'm trying to bend down my pinky, my ring finger bends down with it, and if it's not, I'm gonna be like straining like really hard trying to get through it, right? Because of this, I went on like a full tilt, or like I had like a big frustrations going into this. So like after all these time that I'm learning pin tricks, right, with my ring finger and my pinky finger, at least doing some tricks that I use them on, like you would think that these two fingers would get used to doing pin tricks by now, but I guess not. Like it didn't improve much, I guess. It just adapt to actually learning how to do the pin tricks, but the mobility, the flexibility, and everything is still doo-doo. Despite the big frustration and all of the negative emotions I was feeling at the time, I still forced myself to continue learning the ring round. And at some point in doing these practice, I would say roughly about 30 minutes into learning the ring round, my hand actually started to feel a little bit strained, and I actually sensed like a lot of pain coming from the muscle for or tendons in my pinky and ring finger. And by this point, the frustration that I was getting along with the pain that I was experiencing, I decided that it was best for me to take a break. So usually when I'm learning something, by this point with the frustrations and all of these things that, I guess obstacles you could call it, that I get into, I would actually quit and I would stop right here, and I won't ever learn this thing, and I would just give up on it right here and there. But for this time, I won't do it. And also going forward, I won't ever do it. And so this is one of the main reasons why I created my YouTube channel, so that I can actually record the process of me learning something. And while I'm learning something, I'm hoping that maybe it will motivate you to actually go out and learn this yourself. With that said, and that thought that came into my mind while I took the break, I went right back to learning the ring around. And so when I went back into learning the ring around, I decided to break this down into simpler steps, like how I do my approach, even though I was distracted with the feeling of frustration. But I felt like the most important thing for me to do is actually get the pin to spin around my ring finger without worrying about the catch, and just purely focusing on that and thinking of ways on how to maneuver my pinky so it could move out the way so the pin could fully go around my ring finger. And so eventually, as I practiced this, I eventually got the consistency of spinning the pin around my index finger, and then it slowly picked up the pace and so forth. Once I got used to spinning the pin over, I decided that it was best for me to start incorporating the catch of the pin. And this was a little bit tricky because you have to move your pinky from moving out the way and then going on top of your finger to actually catch it again. And I think it was a couple minutes in until I actually started to get the hang of this catch. And then after that, I managed to catch the pin for the very first time. And so I spent roughly about 3 hours and 30 minutes before I'm able to do the ring around. And so how I define myself being able to do like a pin trick is that I'm able to do it consistently, or I actually don't drop the pin as much, and I'm able to do it 3 times in a row. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today, and so if you enjoyed the video, please show it by hitting that like and subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Like always, thanks for watching, and until next time.